Hey, I was having a conversation yesterday with Maximilian out there on the front line at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, and we were talking about cleansing and distilled water and UT, and we were talking about, well, I was reminded about parasite cleansing and the benefits of using turpentine, a very ancient remedy for clearing parasites out of the body. If you haven't looked into the idea that we're riddled with unhealthful parasites, some of them we need, but oftentimes these colonies of parasites become far too great for the host, and they cause the host a lot of trouble. So turpentine is a fantastic way of killing these little buggers, this colony, or these colonies of snotty, slimy creatures that seem somehow to have found their way into your passageways. If you haven't looked into turpentine, it's worth saying that it needs to be organic if you're going to take it. You need to do your due diligence on how to take it, because you can certainly overdo it. People only really need a few drops at a time, and in order to entice the parasites in your body, they suggest using like a sugar, so as that it baits the parasites to come out. And it's probably best to try and do it when you haven't eaten for 12 hours or so, because this will help ensure that the parasites are kind of hungry. I don't think that one treatment, my one session I did lasted about a week, and I don't know that that's all she wrote, but I can say, now that I was thinking about it yesterday, that when I did do it, I saw some unusual collections of material leaving my rear end during that process, and it was quite startling, actually, to be honest. And I don't want to go into too many details because it's pretty icky, but the truth is that our bodies are sort of fighting a whole lot of these characters and creatures that are at work in your body all the time, sapping your energy, demanding food from you, aging you, etc. So cleansing the body is important. There's stuff to do before you do the cleanse, because it can be, people talk about die-off, when you have a significant amount of parasites dying at the same time, it can cause you to be quite unwell. So there's die-off. I'm walking past one of those 5G towers right now, just springing up everywhere. That's another topic, but yeah, I think that on the issue of parasites and turpentine, make sure it's organic, make sure it's a good quality product, and you only need, for one round of treatments that lasts about a week, you probably only need about 30 mils. So it's really not a lot that you need, but you do need to take it in small amounts, and you do need to sugar dose it so as to get the little buggers out to play. And definitely do the castor oil if you can get hold of it beforehand. Castor oil will help flush out, just help kind of clear the pipe work a bit, because you don't want to be blocked up at the same time as having these cretins dying in your intestinal tract. So that's it on pine oil, or turpentine as we call it today. And when I grew up in South Africa, I often used to see the African dudes who didn't have much money, they couldn't afford medicines, but they would be straining this blue-colored turpentine through bread, white bread, because it was a great way of pulling it's a great way of pulling the that blue stain that they put in it to discourage people from using it as medicine. It's all a big con, guys. There's a lot of fantastic natural remedies out there just waiting for you to discover them. I tried to have a conversation with a guy yesterday about, so how come you look so like you do? Well, and so I started giving him some information, and immediately starts, trying to hit me back with all the mainstream bullshit about how we need the inorganic minerals in our water, etc., etc. It's like, my God, I have intended for the evidence of what I can achieve for myself. We need to be paying attention to here, but no, people just want to carry on believing their government controlled information. This is how much I should eat, this is what I should eat. I'm like, look at the evidence, my friend. Anyway, that character managed to wind me up enough that I lost my cool with him yesterday, which is something that I'm gonna have to take some turpentine for, because, you know, I've got to deal with the parasites one way or another. Day!